3.
Hey man, you know what it is, man. Shout out to Fried Time Media.
Fried Time Media.
Make sure you go subscribe. You
Fried
did.
Time Media, baby.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Time Media. Smash the subscribe and the like button.
I done ran up all these bands up in hand and made like 5 bands a day. I was broke, came up with a plan, now I'm the man, there ain't no stopping me. I done ran up all these bands up in hand and made like 5 bands a day. I was broke, came up with a plan, now I'm the man, there ain't no stopping me. It ain't no stopping me. Got bands, I'ma run it up, it ain't no stopping me. I was broke, came up with a plan, now I'm the man, it ain't no stopping me. Got bands, I'ma run it up, it ain't no stopping me.
Alright, buckle up folks, because today we're diving into some of the most infamous false flag events in American history. Now for those of you who've been living under a rock or perhaps in an off-grid bunker, because hey, we're all prepping for something. A false flag operation is when someone, usually a government, stages an attack or an event to make it look like it came from somewhere else. This is classic misdirection. Think of it as the political version of watch my right hand while my left hand picks your pocket. And let's just say the US has had a few of these tricks up its sleeve. Let's kick things off with something that literally launched a war, the Gulf of Tonkin. 1964. You remember this one, right? The US claimed that North Vietnamese forces attacked 2 ships in the Gulf of Tonkin and bam, just like that, we're off to the races in the Vietnam War. But here's the twist. Years later, declassified documents showed that the second attack, it didn't exactly happen. It was, shall we say, spiced up for effect. The government literally manipulated the public into supporting a war by faking an attack that never happened. Now, moving on to something even wilder. Let's talk about Operation Northwoods. Yeah, this one's as crazy as it sounds. Back in the 1960s, of course it happened in the 60s, the US military actually proposed a plan to stage a series of false flag terrorist attacks, like hijacking planes, where have we heard of that before? Bombing cities, even sinking American ships. And get this, blame it all on Cuba so we could justify military action against them. But here's the kicker. This wasn't some rogue operation. This was a legitimate, top secret plan from the Department of Defense. They were literally ready to get the ball rolling until President Kennedy, who we know wasn't exactly on the same page with the military-industrial complex, shot it down. And you know what? In a way, Kennedy saved us all. Maybe he just delayed the plot. Who's to say? What I will say is a lot of people think that he was assassinated because he chose not to go along with these plans. Do with that information what you will. Number 3. Speaking of attacks, let's get into the USS Liberty incident from 1967. Again, going back to the 60s. Now, for those of you who like your conspiracies extra spicy, this one's for you. During the 6-Day War, the Israeli military attacked the USS Liberty. What? Israel attacked America? Yeah, that's right. An American intelligence ship. And they killed 34 American soldiers. Israel said it was a case of mistaken identity. But come on, how do you accidentally attack an American ship that's clearly flying the US flag? Sounds like someone was trying to send a message. But here's the thing though. Many people believe the US government knew what was going on and let it slide. Maybe even wanted it to happen. Some say it was part of a bigger strategy to justify escalating tensions in the Middle East. You ever notice how every major conflict in the Middle East seems to somehow benefit? Never mind, I digress. Number 4. All right, let's take it back a bit. We're talking about the late 1800s now with the USS Maine. This explosion happened in 1898. This one sparked the Spanish-American War, which got the US involved in imperialistic adventures all over the world. This was the first one. The official story was a mine exploded and it was blamed on Spain. But years later, a bunch of folks started asking, hey, was this really an attack, or did someone just blow up a ship to get us into a war? Turns out it might have been an internal accident. Right, accident. Basically, the ship might have just all of a sudden self-destructed miraculously. But let's be real. Blowing up your own ship to start a war, it's a pretty bold move. Not sure if the US government was channeling some Scarface energy at that time, but hey, this one's a subject for debate for years. Number 5. Let's round things off with the Haymarket Affair in 1886. Now, you might not think of this one as a classic false flag, but hear me out. During a labor rally in Chicago, a bomb went off, killing several police officers. Who did it? Well, we never really will know for sure, but here's where it gets shady. Some argue that agent provocateurs, people planted by the government, might have thrown the bomb to discredit the labor movement. I mean, it's not like the government hasn't had a history of using underhanded tactics against movements that wanted to give power to the people, right? Just a little bit of governmental gaslighting to keep the power right where it's always been. But hey, these are the top 5 widely accepted false flags that have occurred right here in the United States. And look, folks, when you start putting the pieces together, it's clear. The US government has used false flag operations to justify wars, control public opinion, and move agendas that benefit certain elite interests. And sure, the official stories are often neatly packaged with a bow, but sometimes you just gotta ask, who benefits, key bono, from all of this chaos? So next time someone asks why you're a little skeptical of official narratives, just tell them, I've been watching history and paying way too much attention, and it's always more complicated than they like to make it sound. So hey, here's a call to action. If you like this topic, leave it in the comments section which false flag should have been mentioned that didn't make the list. Honorable mention goes to Nord Stream pipeline. It's more recent, but if you know, you know. If you got any value from today's video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button to help us out in the algorithm. And if you haven't done so already, you gotta smash subscribe for more content just like this. Also, guys, if you're interested in checking out the book, Chronicles of Big Mistake, it is available and the link is in the description. That being said, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. So you made it all the way to the end of the video, but you haven't hit the like button yet. Come on now. You're cheating me, you're cheating yourself. Go ahead, hit the like button. And while you're at it, you might as well smash the subscribe button so you can get notifications every time I drop a video. I make a video every day, a different topic, a different subject. They're all interesting, so you can check them all out by hitting the subscribe button and setting your notifications to all so you get an alert when I drop a video. There you go.